Hi, teacher friends. This is Denise, the creator of this Business Essentials Motherload. This is the resource that everyone has asked me for years. All of my resources, or most of my resources, in one large bundle. This is the resource that I wish I had when I started teaching. This is a labor of love and years of development, but this is all of the resources that I teach in the order that I teach them for my Business Essentials class. My Business Essentials class is 43 minutes, 5 days a week for the school year, an entire year. So I want to give you just a brief tour of this resource. The first unit is an introductory unit. Of course, the very first day of school, I do America Runs on Business, which is not included in this. It's the bestseller in my store. And then after that, I get right into content. Types of businesses, types of business ownership, and entrepreneurship lessons. You simply click on the link and you are forced a copy of each of the resources. Once you have your copy loaded, this particular one is on types of businesses, as far as service, extracting, manufacturing. There is no PowerPoints in this resource as they are not needed. All of the information is either embedded links in all of these resources, and they are flattened, so students cannot copy and paste. So you see this very first resource has several sections and would take longer than a 42-minute period to complete. This resource is very comprehensive. The very first resource takes me about 3 periods to get through with my students. Again, that's types of businesses, which is one of the most important lessons in the very beginning. Students are asked a personal reflection. They do a web quest and a little introduction of service businesses, merchandising businesses, manufacturing, and extracting businesses. I then take them into a further step and they actually learn about vertical integration, and they are to think critically after they learn about it. So critical thinking skills are also unbelievably important to me. Again, click on the link and it takes you right to the resource. The next one is on business ownership and introduces students to LLCs, S Corps, C Corps, and so forth. There is a lot of resources on marketing, everything from the intro to marketing, marketing mix, SWOT analysis, functions of marketing, demographics, market segmentation, how to advertise, social media, promotion activity, Packaging and Labeling Act, as well as a paper airplane project, which can actually be a final project for the marketing unit before moving on. My international business unit is also included in this resource. And this is actually a pretty robust unit on international business. It comes with a very engaging interactive file, and then students can complete a project. It's one of my most popular projects in my store. After they do that, then I introduce them to 4 very popular commodities, and that would be coffee, avocados, bananas, and cocoa. And each of these resources take about a period to complete. Some of these even have virtual field trips to container ships and ports, and places where they grow bananas and coffee beans. After that, we talk about management styles, leadership styles, and I show some management styles through Hollywood movies. Down here, there is a soft skills and business for business students lesson library, soft skills such as communication skills, time management, empathy, teamwork, and they also have a self-assessment to do. I'm often asked, how do I introduce accounting to non-accounting students? Well, I have 4 wonderful resources that one can use in order to introduce students to accounting, because I think it's important for them to understand accounting if they're not doing it, understanding the purpose. I also included a very robust collection of business law lessons. Each of these take about 45 minutes to complete, and come with the teacher's keys. This is intellectual property, then labor laws, consumer laws, laws under OSHA, contract law, coffee case. There's also these engaging law cases are awesome. American Eagle, Hershey's. This is a white collar crime and insider trading. Then we have business plan. This is actually a lean business plan template. I think it's important, instead of having students write a full-blown business plan, which is often very painful for the teacher and the high school student, I think it's important they understand the 7 parts of a business plan and why one would write a business plan. So this template is worth its weight in gold because it is so valuable in teaching them those very important concepts about business plans. These are actually 9 resources. This clicks to a choice board, as you can see. You can make your copy of the choice board, and students can either choose some of these careers that are business careers, or you can opt to have them complete all of them, which I do. I want them to know about managers, human resources as a career, actuarial science as a career, marketing, public relations, real estate. But these are 9 career digital activities for discovery. As far as investing in the stock market, I do a lot of that in my personal finance class, but in a business essentials class, I make sure that I do a great little unit on the stock market. I included that in this resource bundle as well. This is actually a virtual tour of New York City, where they go to NASDAQ via Google Earth, and then they venture on to the New York Stock Exchange on Wall Street. This is a very simple introductory lesson on types of investment. Again, I teach these in my personal finance class. So this is not a very big unit because, quite frankly, in my business essentials class, I don't have a lot of time to cover investments when I'm covering them in another class. And this is awesome. I included 5 resources that are plug and play. If you are sick, one of your children are sick, and you have to call off unannounced, send this through your LMS, and students can complete them flawlessly, because there are links in each of these where students can just access the links and go independently. There's also some really awesome writing prompts that I'm pretty proud of. These writing prompts are writing prompts that are digital, so they're very attractive as far as the setup of them. Let me give you a little tour of that. These are wonderful for bell ringers. They're excellent for exit tickets. Students are prompted to read about paying employees, product promotion, and then respond. Like, what would it be like if there was no accounting? Resort town business, branding. They're prompted about business ownership, entertainment industry, and so forth. But these are all the writing prompts that are in that file as well. If you want to send one writing prompt at a time, simply copy it and paste it in a blank presentation and send it to your LMS. Contract law, antitrust laws, I mean, really awesome writing prompts for functions of business and so forth. I cannot thank you enough for trusting me with your educational resources. I never take it for granted that teachers are often spending their own money and trusting me to come into their classroom and help them with their instruction. Thank you so much for your purchase.